What's up, y'all? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been at work, chilling, doing the same thing that you do every single day? Every day. And you just sit around and you just start looking. And you get that moment that pops into your head just like, why am I here right now? You just sit around and you just look around at the crowd or look around at your desk, whatever it is that you're at, and you just like, why the hell am I here? What is this shit? And then you come back to, oh, the money, you got to do that, you got to take care of your bills and stuff of that nature. Oh, the money, that's the part, because you damn sure didn't go to that job for the reason you put on your application, to try to enrich and empower yourself. But what I'm saying is this, is right, because that happened to me. Let me use myself as an example as I try to do in all my videos, right? I'm sitting up there just like, I had to just sit there and think about it. Ultimately, really, I do not care about none of this shit. And certain times I can get the job done, I'm good at it, but I get it done in my own way. Like, say, for example, I may have a headphone in my ear or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Manager's like, hey, something. One day, one of my managers was just talking to me all about all this shit. About, this and that or whatever. Of course, they never tell you, hey, you doing a good job, whatever. Personally, I feel like your criticism needs to match your praise. That's just my honest opinion. If you're finna critique me properly. Say, okay, bring up the good and the bad. Don't just sit up there and keep your mind on the bad. But, of course, a lot of people ain't really up to having that conversation. That requires a lot of work. But he was just talking to me, and I just looked at him. Hey, I was looking at him, but I wasn't listening. You know what I'm saying? I was looking, I wasn't seeing him. I was hearing him, but I wasn't listening. You know what I'm saying? And I was just looking at him. I was just like, damn, why am I at this motherfucker? I don't give a damn about none of this shit. I don't care about what you're saying. I do not like you like that, man. No disrespect, but that's just how I felt at the time. And I was just keeping it 100. That's literally how I felt. I didn't care. And then he was just calling my name. He called my name, I think, about two or three times, whatever, before I clocked back in. He was like, Chris. And then I was like, what? What did you say? And, that's just how far my mind has gone. And I started to really think about it and ask myself, what am I here for? See what I'm saying? And there's a point to this whole thing. What I'm saying is that when you reach that higher level of awareness and you start to think to yourself, what am I really doing here? It can't be just for the money. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of money out there. You know what I'm saying? They keep printing it every single day. I chose to say, I want to live beyond money. I want to live beyond cars, apartments. You know what I'm saying? I want to live beyond things. I need something real that's going to motivate me to get the fuck up out of bed. That's just how I'm seeing it now, man. And since this whole epiphany and stuff like that started hitting, I started seeing the world different. My I don't give a fuck hit the roof right then and there. And it wasn't a disrespectful don't give a fuck. See, what they train to believe is, okay, if you're not doing it our way, then it's something wrong with you. You're a bad person. I need to treat you this way. They take it personally because they're personally indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying? They mentally gone. Some of these people are out of there. And when I started to understand that you can't save these kind of people. For example, going back to the whole criticism versus, praise thing. How often do you hear your managers or something like that praising you? You won't hear them doing that because they're just managers. You know what I'm saying? They haven't stepped into that leader role like that yet. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes down to that realization part, you just get tired of the same BS that you deal with every day. I started to ask myself, what is it that I really like to do? What is it that I can see myself doing, that I can bring to people, that I can also be financially free, enjoy what I'm doing, be happy, and be satisfied? Because the people who I've learned who are in those kind of positions, they're not satisfied with what they're doing. Satisfaction, comes with, I feel like it comes with some form of excitement. You feel good going into the office. You feel good going into the store. You know what I'm saying? You got that, hey, what's going on, y'all? Because when you're satisfied and whole within life, you know what I'm saying? You just feel good and you just take that energy with you. How you perceive life is a reflection of how you perceive yourself. And a lot of people don't have that. They feel like they got to talk about you. They got to do this and all that kind of stuff, But when I started to realize these things, I started to just really dig deep within myself and ask, what do we want to do? What is it that you really want to do? Because I strongly believe, not just for myself, but everybody else, everyone has at least maybe one or two talents. Some people have multiple talents. For example, Jamie Foxx can sing, act, and do all kinds of other stuff and all that good jazz. There are a lot of people out there who have a lot of talent, but they don't know about it within themselves. They're too afraid to reach in and think about that and get that feeling of, hey, I can make my own money doing this. Now, some people enjoy going to work. Some people enjoy what people call the typical 9-to-5 jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking it. Again, I highly endorse happiness just as a whole on this channel with whatever it is that you're doing. Whether you're doing porn, you're doing OnlyFans, whatever it is that you are doing, even working at McDonald's, whatever you are doing, as long as you are happy and whole within yourself. That is the main thing of what I'm talking about. But when you really desire that kind of happiness, I feel like you're going to start to question the things that you're doing, because your soul is going to tell you, hey, I want to do something more. And when I was at my job, I was just thinking about that shit. I'm like, man, I really need to do something different. I do not like this shit. This is not for me personally, just me. You know what I'm saying? I want to do something fantastic. I want to do something I enjoy, something that I wake up enjoying doing, something I'm free financially to where I make a lot of money doing what it is, because I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm going to willingly put more work and more effort into it to make this better, to keep improving, to dive down deep within this and just feel good all together. That is what you do when you do something that you enjoy. That's my experience on it. Again, I just open the door for you. I ain't trying to force nobody to do anything, but let me know if you've also had these kind of experiences, man, because I'm seeing more and more entrepreneurs wake up every single day. Again, I keep shouting out y'all entrepreneurs, y'all cosmetologists, you know what I'm saying? Nail techs and designers, your personal barbers, rappers, whatever it is that you're doing to get out of the unhappy life that you currently would live. You know what I'm saying? I applaud and I praise you and I commend you to keep going and keep going ham in it. And for those of you who don't know, I encourage you to dig within yourself and ask yourself these deep personal questions that society taught us to ignore. I encourage you to ask questions and ask yourself. Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable, because complacency, in my opinion, is one of the biggest killers of dreams, y'all. Y'all keep enjoying yourselves. Keep staying smooth like butter, slick like hair grease, and fine like cream gravy. This is Professor Goodfeels reminding you that greatness is within you. It's your responsibility to pull it out. Stay smooth, y'all.